Major Williams here with the Majorvation podcast, where we talk about all things inspirational, aspirational, and motivational. As always, I seek to bring people on that inspire me, but also can give you some jewels along your entrepreneurial journey in whatever industry that you're in. Today, I'm honored to have a special guest on board, which is Brittany Nicola. Before we spoke, I had to say, I had to get the last name, but I was able to get it. So welcome to the Majorvation show, Brittany. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Absolutely. So I want to jump right into it. First of all, I met you through networking accelerator group with Desiree and also Trav.
Yep.
And I think it's so important for these little pocket communities to exist because you just never know how you can be a resource for anyone that's have certain things on their entrepreneurial journey. So it was great to make those connections in that particular group. But I found you very interesting, one, because Desiree spoke highly of you. Second is because I've been able to kind of watch a little bit of your journey online in regards to what you're doing.
Yeah.
But I guess the last thing is that, you kind of introduced me to this concept of that I'm still learning about, which is Shoply. So among all the other things that we'll talk about on this call, I want to dive into that first to kind of get an understanding of what Shoply is, how is it beneficial for someone like yourself and others who may be looking for certain opportunities.
Yeah. No, I'm super excited to share the Shoply platform. We literally are launching like as we speak. Things are rolling out. You probably got a text today or yesterday about upgrading. So essentially what Shoply is a decentralized e-commerce platform. And what that means is, one, it's e-commerce, but it's giving the power back to the people like you, like me, the business owners, the vendors. They are giving us full control. And what the platform looks like is you can join a number of ways. You can be a part of the platform in a number of ways. One, you can come on, be an affiliate, and promote other businesses and other vendors. You can promote their products and services. And as you know, like affiliate marketing, influencer marketing is becoming like the latest and greatest marketing tool out there. So one, come on, you can be an affiliate and promote other products and services and make a direct commission off of those businesses. You can also come on the platform as an influencer. And basically what this is it allows you to not only promote products and services, but you can refer other people to the platform as well. So maybe you don't like promoting products or services, but your friend is really good at it. So you bring them onto the platform. Or perhaps you have a great network of influencers, people that have hundreds of thousands of followers, and even if they don't, they still have influence. You bring them on the platform and you are essentially rewarded for doing so. So you have the affiliate, you have the influencer. The third way that you can be a part of the platform is to be an influencer pro. That's the term that they're using. And what this means is you can do all the things I listed already, plus you can bring vendors on the platform. And to me, this is like where it gets really exciting. Well, one, I like to build teams. I like to bring people together. I like to do this kind of stuff. So, I like that team building aspect and those connections. So influencer is great for me, but influencer pro is even better because if there's something that I feel is missing from the platform, or if I know a business owner or vendor that has a product to sell, I bring them on the platform, and now not only are they, the business owner, now having hundreds of thousands, and I believe soon to be millions of influencers promoting their products and services, but now because I made that introduction with that business to the platform, I now am getting a royalty off of every sale that happens, like forevermore.
Okay.
So there's three ways that you can come on the platform. On that side of things, and on the other side, if you are a business owner or a vendor, you can come on as a vendor and promote your products and services. And these can be digital products too.
Right.
So it's
that's great. So is there anything that's on the market right now that's comparable to this? Like, what did the blueprint, the framework of what this is? What is it like a combination of, because for me, I guess I would think along the lines of Amazon meets affiliate marketing, meets TikTok, ClickBank, those certain businesses that are out there. Is that like a combination, like a hybrid where
I would say it is absolutely a combination of all the platforms that you mentioned, plus LTK,
yeah,
TikTok Shop, Instagram, Pinterest, Amazon, eBay, like all of them combined. And, I look at it like this, like I've been wanting to develop real estate courses for like new agents, which I still will do. But there's been situations where I've signed up for other coaching programs or other courses, and I'm like, hey, if I could just refer the people that I know that are coming to me, if I could refer them to the course that I just took and get paid on it, I'd rather do that than go out and make a whole new course myself when I know theirs is just as good.
right,
So it's for a vendor, it provides so much opportunity for the affiliate marketing side of things, and the platform's already built out. Everything's already built out, so you don't have to do that. But from like my perspective, from an influencer and affiliate perspective, I'm like, shoot, it's going to save me a ton of time. I don't have to build my own courses. Now I can just promote the courses that I know are really good and make just as much money.
right.
So yeah, I think it's a combination of all the platforms collectively, like on one.
And so, from your experience in dealing with it, because I heard you mention you guys are like in the midst of the launch
Yep.
as we speak. Who is there a target audience for this, or is this like a universal thing? Like,
Yeah.
is it specifically for influencers, or is it for a person who works at AT&T
Yeah.
that may want to participate? Like, who benefits from this, and who are you guys targeting right now?
You know what? Honestly, and not to like sound cliche, but like this is for anyone and everyone. I definitely think the younger,
It sounds like it though. I
yeah,
just want to know. Like, yeah, it does.
yeah, I think the younger generation that's really good with the techie stuff and the TikTok and all these platforms, like I think they will absolutely thrive on this platform. But also, I'm a little bit older. I think it's great for me too, and business owners, no matter what their age or their experience, like anybody can utilize the platform to their benefit.
Right. And so, in regards to you've been sharing this with people. Has there been any kind of pushback, and what is some of the feedback that you've gotten out there, or is it just the typical, I don't know how to sell? Like,
Yeah.
what is the scary part about this for some people?
I mean, I think that's a really good question and something to bring up like on the forefront. I think what I've gotten, like not the negatives, but like the pushback would be I don't do MLMs, or I've been burnt by
Yeah.
MLMs. And I just keep telling people, listen, this is not an MLM. You have the opportunity to get paid like a direct marketing company if you choose to go that route. If you want to build a team and
Right.
be on the business development side of things, absolutely, you can do that and get paid basically a referral and get paid like a direct marketing company. But this is by no means, a pyramid scheme as some
Right.
might call it. Not at all. So that's one. Two, I've heard people say, oh, I've already spent a lot of time building out my LTK site. Like I got too much going on, or my Amazon site. And what I say to that is, okay, the other influencers or the others that are doing affiliate marketing that are copying you, like one,
Right.
does that irritate you? And do you get paid off of that? No. And I mean, yes, it is irritating, and no, you're not getting paid. So Shoply kind of created this platform of collaboration. So if other influencers are like, hey, what are you doing? Or hey, can I steal this? Sure, no problem. Here, let me send you a link. Get signed up on Shoply, and now they're incentivized to help you.
Right.
I know there's no other platform doing that. And the other thing that Shoply's doing that other platforms are not doing, let's say I send you a link and I'm like, hey, check out my favorite things this month. I don't know, cleaning supplies, bedding, sunglasses, whatever. And you click one of those things, you add it to your cart. But while you're on the Shoply platform, you also find other things that I don't promote, that I don't necessarily have in my links, but you buy it, and everything in that cart, I'm now making a bonus or a commission on. And then one step further, you come back months later, you're still attributed to me and you're my customer, and I'm going to get paid on anything you purchase. So
So,
it doesn't have to be my
it's
direct
the
link.
gift that keeps giving, so to speak, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I keep saying like, Dang, if Amazon was this
Oh my
30 years ago.
gosh. Yeah, somebody will be rich off of me alone.
I know, right? I literally last night my son was like, "Mom, I need this, or we need an ice pack and this." I ended up buying like $200 worth of stuff.
Yeah.
Could have got paid on all of it.
That no, that's true. And I think it's ingenious because I'm always looking at, different markets where entrepreneurs can thrive and take advantage of these opportunities. But what I've found is, for the ones who are successful, they have to be able to carry the message and the
Mhm.
story behind what that entity is, because so many people have been burnt in the past and so many people have already existing things in place, as you mentioned,
Yeah,
and change kind of scares people, right?
yeah,
But I think that the proponents that you just described, I think it could, I think it convinced a lot of people to kind of go that way.
yeah,
So that's what was really interesting about me, about what I kind of read about it myself.
yeah,
But it's good to kind of hear, directly from someone who is already a part of. And so
yeah.
when you talk about business development side of it, how does that look? And what are the benefits of going that particular route versus just saying, I just want to be an affiliate
Yeah.
independent?
So depending on where you join, let's say you're an affiliate versus an influencer versus influencer pro, there are different levels of compensation. So once you're an influencer pro, it opens up 8 different layers of payment that or compensation that you can make. So the business development side, if you're an influencer pro, there's 8 different ways that you can make a bunch of money. And one of those ways is a community bonus. And what that means is like basically when you come on the platform and you've secured your spot, which you have done and I have done, anybody that joins the community globally after you you're now getting paid a percentage. And I'm not going to go into detail because I'll lose the majority of people here. But that being said, there's the business development side is you're bringing people to the platform and you are going to open up, like I said, 8 different ways of getting paid.
Right.
And you're just basically being rewarded for bringing people to the platform and just sharing the message. I'm sorry, did
So,
that answer
so
your
I,
question?
I creatively thought of an ideal. This is something I've kind of done in the past. I work with many charities. I have my charity, Major Kicks for Kids, and we give away kicks and we raise money to give away branded sneakers to kids in need.
I love that.
Also do shoe drives all across the state of California, and we give those sneakers to homeless veterans. And
Wow.
from what I'm hearing about what you're doing right now, I feel like it could be a great tool for some of these nonprofits and foundations that are out there for the donors in their network and their email groups and their newsletters to kind of share that with them, because that
Yeah.
could be the gift that keeps giving if their donors are actually participating in any kind of spends,
Yeah.
over the course of however long. So not
Mhm.
only can they donate, they contribute micro contributions just universally, right?
Yep.
So that could be useful. That's something that can be something, a route that someone takes as a developer, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. I think that's a brilliant idea.
Yeah. So because my mind is, it's spinning right now, just
Yeah.
gathering this information. But I'm always looking to use tools to empower other people, especially other communities that
Yep.
lack financial resources,
Yep.
and people who complain, I don't have this, I don't have that. And so I'm
Yep.
like, well, here are some options for you.
Yeah.
So I'm always excited to get new information when it comes to that. So
Yeah, and I love that. And honestly, I'm the same as you. I'm like, when I first heard about this, I'm like, my wheels are spinning. There's so much that we haven't even like tapped into yet.
right,
I mean, even service providers, I was kind of brainstorming with one of my leaders, and I'm like, okay, well, what if like a loan officer wants to come on? They don't necessarily have like a tangible product, but they have a service.
right,
And he's like, well, you know what? They could create a digital product, like a digital download, could be $2. You know what I mean? But
right.
essentially, like that's going to give them brand awareness, and people will ultimately go and research their company or them as a lender. And I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, there's so much opportunity and so
Right.
many options.
I think at the end of the day, it's going to come down to creativity, right? At the end of the day, just how can you brainstorm on how you can expand. So I know you have the event that's coming up.
Yeah.
Is that something universal that a lot of the developers are doing, or just independent affiliates doing to
Yes.
bring awareness?
Yeah, so I know like corporate, they're doing I think it's a European tour right now where they're doing like big conferences, big speaking engagements. This that we're throwing tomorrow literally is just like me and my leader. I'm like, hey, let's get this out here because pretty soon everyone will know about Shopley. And
Right,
then, you're not going to have a chance to have them like a part of your team. So
right,
I'm
right.
like, let's blow this up now while there's not a lot of people know about it. So we're just throwing it together
That's
just
good.
here locally. Yeah.
Being creative and
Yeah.
proactive, right?
Yeah.
Corner the market. Why not?
Yes, that's right. And you know what? And like that's just kind of how I am. I like to do things differently.
So when it comes to the entrepreneur journey, so I think that's a good interpretation of what Shopley
Yes.
represents. And I kind of like want to dial forward and just talk about your entrepreneur journey in regards to, what do you have going on, some of the things that you're not only doing now, but you plan to do in the future as well. And, yeah, kind of share that background with me.
Sure. Oh gosh, like where to begin? I'm originally from Nebraska.
Okay.
I was raised on a farm by a single dad in the middle of freaking nowhere.
Wow.
And fortunately, both of my parents struggle with substance abuse and drug addiction. And when I when it came time for me to graduate high school and get out of there, I literally bolted. So I came from Nebraska to California. I went to college out here, not really knowing what the heck I wanted to do. After a couple of years, I got homesick. I moved back and I actually ended up working for my dad's business as a welder and pipe fitter. And I did that for
Wow.
about a year. And my dad was like, you're going to take over the company and you're going to do this and I need you to do that. And I'm like, you know what, like this is something inside of me is it's not fulfilling, something is lacking. So quit that, moved to Omaha. I started my family there and I started getting involved in a local church.
Okay.
And truthfully, honestly, sincerely, like everything just kind of started to change for me. I went from, growing up in a really traumatic, dysfunctional family and childhood to then having my own family and going to church and like just my perspective on life completely started to shift.
Right.
And doors just started opening for me. I landed a job that was very underqualified for, and which led me to another job, which I was still very underqualified for. And ultimately, at that point in my life, I had two kids and one being a newborn, and both of my parents were like real deep in their addictions. And I'm like, you know what? I need to protect them. We're getting out of here. So here I am. I moved back to California and everything was good. I had a great career. And then I got pregnant with my third and ended up having a stillborn when I was 7 months pregnant.
So sorry to hear that.
And, life it just kind of stopped moving at that point. And I quit my job and I was just kind of slowly and quietly just like drowning. And I went on a mission trip, a solo mission trip all by myself, and went to Belize for a week. And I came back with like this renewed sense of purpose. And I had, I don't know, just a new spark to me.
Yeah.
And someone approached me about real estate and said, Brittany, you know what? You need to do something and you'd be really great at this. And I'm like, yes, you're right. I do need to do something. I need to like get back out there. And so I dove headfirst into real estate. And here I am about 10 years later. I run a very successful real estate business. I love it. I will always be involved in real estate. I own multiple properties, investment properties, flips. But there's a lot of times that I'm just like, something is still just missing. Well, real estate's very demanding and I can never take a day off, can never take a vacation. So I'm constantly always seeking out other opportunities. And I feel strongly like God puts people in your plate in your path for a reason. And one of the brokerages I was involved with years ago, the CEO and founder messaged me about a month ago and said, hey, Brett, I have a business opportunity I want to run by you. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Like, I'm good. I'm busy. And then like another week later, he's like, well, I guess you don't like money. And I'm like, well, okay, I guess I have time. So we started talking about Shoply. And so my entrepreneurial journey like has led me in a lot of different directions. But I think the ultimate goal for me and what drives me is my why, which are everyone says this, my kids, my kids, my kids, but truthfully and honestly, it is my kids and their kids and their kids' kids and the generations to come. And I want to create a world and a legacy where not only my kids, but everyone knows that they have the power to change their circumstances. And for me, like my circumstances sucked growing up. Like, I love my parents. I wouldn't change them for anything, but that was hard. It was hard and it still is hard sometimes. But I am not bound to those chains. And I'm like, I know, thankfully, that I have faith that allows me to have comfort knowing that there's so much more out there. And the only thing that's holding people back and has held me back is just the idea that I am bound by my circumstances. So I love the entrepreneurial journey because there's so many opportunities. And if there's anything that I could offer to anyone, it's just like, get out of your own way, take action. Like you really can have anything. And being an entrepreneur is so exciting. I mean, you're going to fall flat on your face sometimes, but sometimes opportunities are going to lead you to amazing places that you never even like dreamt of. And I'm super excited to see where like Shoply leads me. And if nothing else, just having conversations like this and with other people, reconnecting with people from my high school, like it's just been such an amazing journey already.
No, that's amazing. That is a powerful story, and I think you are a perfect fit for the brand that I'm building with Majorvation because it's a it's a journey of sharing real, authentic stories, right, and just showing that trials and tribulations and the importance of mindset and perseverance. And although we go through certain things as business owners, as entrepreneurs, we still have to get up and because we do have that purpose and we do have those things that are our purposes, which for both of us are kids
Yeah.
and our family. And then even the higher purpose digs deeper into those layers because it's not only about your kids now, it's about your kids' kids and their kids, and also the outer impact from the connections that you make from these types of conversations, being vulnerable, kind of opening yourself up and sharing, because that's a very courageous thing to time speak tongue to it, put a voice to your traumatic experiences because it's relatable. I've dealt with similar things with my mother in the past with alcoholism, and we all had certain plights that we had to overcome. But I believe that entrepreneurialism is one of the biggest booms right now, and this is the era where so many people, including the young people, obviously, as you said, can be so financially impactful. But the other side of it is making sure people are financially literate. Now, so kind of give me your journey of understanding that you are a form girl, right? And
I'm a what? I'm sorry.
Form girl.
Yes, yes.
From a form originally, right? And I've known a lot of farmers to be very conservative in regards to understanding the value of a dollar because of the sweat equity and the work that they actually do to earn their dollar.
Yep.
A lot of people in the city and the suburbs, not so much, right?
Yeah.
So how have you formed your mindset when it comes to finances? Has it evolved? Have you made blunders? Like, how does that look for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think over the journey of my life, I definitely like I've learned the hard way, like most of us. But I will say this, I watched my dad struggle financially. So growing up, I mean, he'd work shutdowns and I wouldn't see him for days when I was, 9, 10, 11 years old. So I knew he was out there working and trying to provide for us. At 12, I got a job detasseling corn, and I would get up, drive myself to like our meeting spot, get on a bus. We'd go detassel corn until it was too hot to do so, and go home and keep doing that all summer long. I had a full-time job throughout high school, like, and I played sports, and I still got good grades and all that stuff. So I know just the value of hard work and dedication. I think actually, like, learning to save my money and spend it wisely came later on in life. Whereas now I just look at things so much differently. Like, I've kind of always done this, but now I really do it. It's like, if I have something that's going to cost me $500, I'm like, okay, how can I make $500 real quick to like
Right.
offset that? I'm like, what can I sell? I have an old desk in my garage, and I'm like, oh, so it's basically like free. If I earn 500 and I have to spend 500, it really doesn't
Right.
impact me much.
That's the rich dad, poor dad philosophy.
Yeah, I mean, I just like, I look at things that way, and I like try to monetize everything. Like, after my divorce, one of my favorite places to go was Lake Arrowhead, and I'm like, I'm gonna buy a cabin in Lake Arrowhead, and I'm like, can I really do that? I'm like, I think so. And I started looking at the numbers. I'm like, if I Airbnb it, if I do this, covers my payments, it's kind of a wash for me. So I took that risk and I did it, and it worked out beautifully for me. I mean, now I have hundreds of thousands of dollars in equity for taking that risk.
That's beautiful.
But I mean, I definitely make smart decisions now, but I can't say that I was always that way.
I think that's the path of all of us, to be honest.
Yeah.
And so for young entrepreneurs, or in just anyone that in the real estate industry on the entrepreneur journey, what is some of the key advice that you live by? And
Mm.
most importantly, Brittany, what are some of your non-negotiables? Like, what are some of the things that you have standards for that you just have to do, or you won't do?
Yeah. I think now my non-negotiables are, honestly, and this is going to sound really silly, but like respect. And I know that sounds like it should be just
Oh no, I
baseline.
wear that hat every single day.
Yeah. I protect my energy at all costs now. And thankfully, I've been able to, I turn down clients if our values don't align or the energy is not there. Like, non-negotiable for me is like, if you don't respect me and my time, um, and just me, not doesn't necessarily be my time, but just like me as a person, as a mom, as an entrepreneur, like, it's a non-negotiable. We will not work together. You won't be a part of my life.
Right.
That would be first and foremost, I think.
I love
Um, yeah, I'm trying to think of what other non-negotiables I have off the top of my head. That's just the first one that pops up.
So how do you keep your energy up? You mentioned how many kids do you have?
I have two kids, 14 and 10.
Okay. So
Yep.
14 and 10, super mom, entrepreneur, business owner, managing all your properties, diving into Shoply and this whole new network, and balancing life, still trying to have fun. And how do you keep your energy up? Is it fitness, workout, or
Yeah.
what do you do?
Honestly, I love working out. I can't say that recently I've had a lot of time to do that, but it actually has been a saving grace in my life as a whole. So
Yeah.
I think that is extremely important, to take care of your body and your mind. And I guess to keep my energy levels up, all I can say is, like, I'm kind of crazy when it comes to like getting adequate sleep. I am like, I mean, I don't go to bed till my kids go to bed, and as they get older, it gets later. And I like to get up early, so that kind of stinks. But if I'm out with my girlfriends, or if I'm just hanging out, whatever, I'm like, all right, I have to be up at 6, and I like work backwards. I'm like, all right, I need to be in bed at 10. So I'm sorry, guys, I'm leaving at 9. Like, sleep is like number one importance to me. There's nothing I hate more than feeling tired. So I
Yeah.
definitely try to take care of myself that way. And honestly, like, I go hard, but sometimes I crash. And like, I'll go hard for days, and then I'm like, I don't want to talk to a single human. No one look at me. I'm not moving out of my bed today. And I give myself grace for that. That's okay too.
Right. Right.
So
I'm
yeah.
pretty much the same way. For a while, I went on on a path where I didn't sleep much, but I
Mm,
still had maximum energy. And I think it's because I was really passionate about what I was doing.
yeah.
But then, as soon as it was over or that crash moment came, oh my gosh, it was like one of the worst crashes ever. And
Yeah.
also got sick. Also, that's
Oh, yeah.
part I was going, like a flu or cold or something. But
Yeah.
I think it's important to give yourself that grace and give yourself
Oh,
the,
yeah.
those little mani petty moments and spa
Hmm.
days and stuff
Yeah.
like that, because it's a very grueling psychological space as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, as a parent
Yeah.
existing in this whole new world that you're living in. And so overall, I just want to tell you, I applaud you for your your tenacity and what you've built. And I think you're super inspiring. And I'm hoping that when people hear your story on this, and we get a chance to even do this again, even at longer lengths, people can get kind of, get to know you even more so. But I love
Yeah.
hearing stories
Yeah.
of, going through something, because sometimes people, they linger and feel shame because of their shortcomings, and they
Yeah.
hold those things in silence.
Hmm.
But to be able to articulate that and talk about that and just tell your truth and be courageous in that, like,
Hmm.
I admire you, and
Thank
I
you.
hope a lot of other people who hear this get a lot of from you. And there are no excuses, because if you're able to do all the things that you've
Yeah.
done, and the things that you're doing now, like, I mean, that in itself, people should put on a Superman, Wonder Woman cape and just feel empowered just from that alone. But I hope to see you soon at the
Yeah.
event, and learn more as well. And
Yeah.
I'll definitely share as much as I possibly can.
Hmm.
My network, I have, obviously, from my background, I have a huge network and emails and everything else. I just want
Yep.
to get that understanding so we could,
Yep.
see what we can do and just become the next big things out here and corner the market.
I love that so much. And I love being aligned with people like you that are just like big thinkers, dreamers, and like to do collaboration too. I actually had a woman reach out to me last night on Instagram, and she's actually way up there in Shoply. And she's like, I would love to collaborate with you. I see you hustling, and I think we'd have a lot of fun. And again, it's just like so nice to just meet people that want to work together, and want to dream big and do big things. And I'm very excited. I'm excited to get to know you more.
And I
And
think even more so, I love the fact that how quickly we did this.
yeah,
My thing is, I'm just, if we're about it, let's just do it.
yes,
You join the podcast, okay, let's do it tomorrow. Like, I'm
yeah,
just like, let's get it done.
let's
And,
go.
and so I appreciate that about you and others that I've
Yes.
come across when it comes to collaborating, because it's so important in these days, because you just
Oh,
never know how much of a resource or inspiration or value that you get from those types of collaborations. And I've been blessed to have come across a lot of great people on my journey thus far, including yourself now. And we'll continue to collaborate and build in certain areas, however I can be of service.
I'm Brittany Nicola. You can find me at the Brit Nicole on Instagram, and stay majorvated.